Hey everybody, so I want to do a quick video. This will not be going in my Patreon feed because it's just going to be a very short off-the-cuff thing. But I want to do a video because I've done a lot of commentary in the course of the election about various candidates and whatnot, and now in the 11th hour as I'm recording this, it's 4 minutes to midnight on election day. This will be, if it's seen by anybody at all, it will be seen by people who are on their way to the polls and that sort of thing. And a lot of people have said to me that they could vote for Gary Johnson if he was not a, if he was a more hardline libertarian, if he was not so soft on so many issues, that kind of thing, all of that. I want to encourage you all to think about something, and this is something that's I've been wanting to do a comment on it. I was asked to appear on Chris Beckloff's live stream, election night live stream. I had a scheduling conflict, so instead they're going to use an archived interview with me. But I wanted to, what I talked about in that interview was the importance of voting for Gary Johnson, whether he has a chance of winning or not, or whether you agree with him or not. The important thing here is this, and it's just to put it out there to the maybe 1,000 or so people that will see this video. You should, Bing, the search engine Bing currently claims that Hillary has a 90% chance of winning. Okay, so what that means is if you're not willing to vote for Gary Johnson because you're afraid it would be a vote for Trump, then you don't have to worry about that. I mean, there's a 90% chance that she's going to win, so we're good. If you don't want to vote for Gary Johnson because you feel like it would be a vote for Hillary, there's a 90% chance she's going to win. So your vote is not going to matter that much on a grand scale against that kind of potential and that kind of those kind of odds. When 9 out of 10 doctors essentially agree, so to speak. But if Gary Johnson gets 5% of the vote, then the Libertarian Party will be in a place where we will qualify for $10 million, I believe it is, yeah, $10 million in federal campaign funds. We will receive all sorts of perks. We'll essentially be in the debates. We will be on, not just, will automatically, the Libertarian Party will automatically be on the ballot in all 50 states forever, in perpetuity going forward. It will become a three-party race officially. And by extension, we will be on, we should be in the debates. We will be on the first line. If you understand why Gary Johnson was not in the debates, it's because of the way the questions are structured on the polling, that the way they collect polling data. They just say, between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, who are you voting for? Who do you pick? And then as an afterthought at the end, they say, what about Gary Johnson, if they mention him at all. Now they will say, if we get to 5%, they will say, will you vote for, Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, and put it on the top line. That should guarantee that we get to the debates. Also, there's going to be a lawsuit happening against the debate commission to challenge the constitutionality of their practices this year in the first quarter of 2017. So we have a lot of stuff, positive stuff ahead for us. So if you don't want to vote for Gary Johnson because you don't agree with him personally, don't worry, he won't win. If you want to if you don't want to vote for Gary Johnson because you'd rather vote for Trump, too bad, Hillary's going to win. If you don't want to vote for Gary Johnson because you'd rather you're worried about Trump becoming president, don't worry, Hillary's going to win. So what we have here is an opportunity to really change things and really upset the game. And the thing is, the reason it's important that we make this happen now is because you have to understand what happened with the debates. Ross Perot was polling higher in the debates than Gary Johnson polled higher in the campaign season this year than Ross Perot did when he was running for president. He was only at 8%. Gary got up to about 9 or 10% on average. So Ross Perot got in with just 8% of the vote. There's a documentary you need to see. It's free to watch online. It's called Rigged. Go look it up. It's about the Gary Johnson campaign, about third parties trying to get on the ballot and get into the debates and all that. And it talks about what happened, that they raised the threshold up to 15% to make it impossible to get into the debates, for a third party to get into the debates. And I bring that up because right now, the minimum threshold to qualify to become a major party is 5% of the popular vote. 5%. The problem is, if we get to, let's say we get to 4.9%. We get to 4.9% and fall short. Well, what that means is, well, I shouldn't say what that means, but if we get to 4.9% and fall short, how do we know they won't put it to 10% next time? And then 15% after that. And eventually you have to have 50% of the fucking popular vote just to qualify. We don't know. They can fuck us again, just like they fucked us with the debate commission. So right now, it looks like Gary Johnson is actually projected to get 5% of the vote. When voting closed on, when early voting closed last week, he was at 2.4% of the popular vote. So he's almost halfway. He was almost halfway there, to say nothing of what will happen on election day. He is polling higher, or he's already doing better than almost any other third party in history. So just see this as the opportunity that it is, and get us on, to get us, the Libertarian Party, in there as the third party. And say you don't vote, say you prefer the Green Party, that kind of thing, or whatever. This will make it easier in the long run for your party, your chosen third party, to get into the debates. I am glad that the opportunity is, I'm glad that the opportunity falls in line with my party, that libertarianism has been the highest ranking third option that people have been considering. But that said, if it was Jill Stein that was poised to take 5%, I would say that it was worth voting for her, even though I agree with her on very little, just because we need to open up that window while we've got it. So, get out there, and seriously, I mean, obviously this is just my suggestion. Use your good judgment, vote your heart, vote for the person you truly believe will be the best commander-in-chief. But if you are, like me, someone that's looking at Hillary and Trump and seeing two unappealing options, think about what this could do for us in the long run, and help us get to that coveted 5%. That will change everything. That will buck the system, and in 4 years, who knows, we might have a real shot at the White House. Anyway, peace.